Okay, so let's draw a mass rests on a scale. Construct a separate force diagram for the mass and the scale, being sure to use complete agent-object notation. Identify Newton's third law, interaction pairs. I'm going to start, even though I didn't strictly ask for it, with an interaction diagram. The mass and the scale interact. The scale and the table interact. The earth and the scale. The earth and the mass. And the earth and the table. Now I'm going to be drawing diagrams for the mass and the scale. That's what I really care about. This is a gravitational force. The scale on the table, let's call that a normal force. And the mass in the scale, let's call that a normal force. I'm going to go draw now the forces acting on the mass. There are two of them, according to the interaction diagram. Fg by the Earth on the mass. F normal by the scale on the mass. These forces appear to be balanced because the mass is resting on a scale. The scale has three interactions. The Earth interacts with the scale. The table interacts with the scale. And then finally, the trickiest one is this normal interaction between the mass and the scale. Now over here, the mass and the scale interaction was up because the scale is pushing the mass upwards. Newton's third law tells me that that force will appear on the scale as well. F normal by mass on scale. Identifying Newton's third law interactions pairs. This arrow represents two forces, an interaction pair. Here's one of them, and here's the other. I can recognize an interaction pair because the by scale on mass turns into by mass on scale. Same two objects flipped in their location. Now let's find another interaction pair. We'll pick a different highlight color. The normal force between the scale and the table starts off here, but I don't have a force diagram of forces acting on the table. So I don't see the pair force or the interaction pair highlighted here. This is the only interaction pair. On this diagram, that is the only pair of forces that interacts between two objects, the mass and the scale.